Hey guys, so I decided to make a video showing the end of this game just because I had a few requests for it. I guess, it's kind of rude to leave it off on a weird cliffhanger ending like that. So I found out when I was going through the game a second time that apparently it actually has branching paths that change depending on, uh, I guess, random generation. Like whenever you start it up, it just picks which rocks are going to be there and which aren't. There's these big orange rocks, you'll see them as you go. And sometimes I guess certain ones are missing that other times they're not. Regardless, so I ended up taking a different path than I did last time, and I ended up following it as closely as I could. In fact, there was a new scripted event following a dog, which was running away, and you see it, and then it leads you to a paddle. So there's a whole bunch of different edges to this whole experience. But see, the thing is, I followed it, and then eventually I found this river, which I was able to fall off a cliff, and then I wasn't able to go back. And now I've reached the end of the world, and there's like a missing polygon here or something. Oh yeah, it's got the water texture up on the side. And we're going off. Curious to know what happens now. The end. Alright, so it looks like we're back in the temple in the same area where we left off at the end of the video. I did take almost another different way beyond the last time to get back to this point. So there is a bit of replay value to this, and there was actually a few totally different events that I didn't see the first time. And when I got to the temple this time, if you remember, I looked through a little window and there was just the boy on the other side. This time there was a man standing with him. So there's a few things to take note of here. So we're just going to finish this up, a very short little jaunt. But there are some cool things to see on the way. Or at least there were when I went. I don't know, maybe it'll be different now. Probably not. This looked like a pretty major part of the ending. I have to say the ending was pretty lame, but the run up to get to it was cool. You'll see what I mean soon enough anyway. Alright, so we come out, there's a pretty big landing with like a Stonehenge thing, some obelisks in the center. A neat structure actually, this architecture is pretty cool. No falling damage thankfully, so fall as much as you want. I'm making liberal use of the run button. You'll notice you actually have some sort of a stamina meter, it seems to drain out after a few moments. And we've got this door up here which doesn't really appear to be a door until you get quite close to it. One of the first times you actually can't see the freaking seam. That's so rare. Alright, so here's the cool part. You'll see, I'll back up for a moment and then I'll turn around so you can see that I am in fact moving. Because once I start going in this direction, you're going to completely lose sense of perspective and it's going to look like the halls are just shifting. It's quite a cool effect actually. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but I guess it's a combination of the darkness, the textures being sort of just flat, and the light being gone. You can't really use anything for a frame of reference, so it just sort of looks like the hallways are morphing around you as you walk. But you can stop at any point, like I just stopped right now, and I can turn around. It's just a hallway. It's just very long. Keeps going like this for quite a while, too. It actually reminds me of that part in Ocarina of Time when the walls all shift around like in 90 degrees. Only it does it a lot slower and a bit more subtly. Is that even a word? Who knows? So yeah, it's starting to turn into a bit more like a square shape. I think we've been transposed onto the walls and floor a bunch of times, and there is a sphere approaching us off in the distance. Very, very slowly, in fact. I've been holding run this entire time. I know that's kind of pointless because I've been running out of stamina, but... And then right at the end, it turns into a nice square hallway, and we go outside. Now, this isn't the end, of course. We're greeted with a quite lovely skybox, in fact. Everything's very crisp looking here. I found out since I recorded the Indie Impressions episode, apparently there is some sort of a repository for textures and assets for people using the Unity engine. for their games. So I think some of these assets were from that, but I don't think all of them. Possibly the sky was. I can't remember. Very nice little lens flare when you see the sun coming through that. It's actually quite refreshing seeing this with daylight. I think I would be able to fit through that, huh? I actually wish there was more outside exploration like this with the light coming through, because it really does make everything look much more brilliant. And we're going to make our way up and over this hill. And what's this? It's that symbol again. And some stagnant, nasty water, which we'll step in. And there's the eye with the sun going through it, and bam, everything's covered in blood. So what's this up here? Oh my goodness, is it our kid? Is there something behind us? Maybe we should take a look. I think this is the last we get to walk now, yeah. It's gonna turn into a cutscene. Oh my god, little Johnny, I found you. You're kind of creepy little kid, aren't you? I have nothing at all to say to you. So one of those insane crazed hobos from Condemned shows up. He's not good. Never mind. Dude's got yellow feet like he was soaked in iodine. Good eyes. They're very, very weird. Hello. Nice to meet you. Have a knife. Yep. And we get the Call of Duty style flashbang just went off in your face, high-pitched sound in your ears, and the screen fades to red. And roll credits, except not really. And use of that Russian typography, of course. So that's it. I don't really know exactly what we're supposed to intuit from that ending. I'm kind of curious why the kid went over to talk to him like they were friends or something, and then he stabs me. Like, I guess I'm supposed to be a sacrifice, but like, maybe he was like, please don't kill him, and then he was like, nah, screw you, kid, I'm gonna kill him. Whatever. I don't know. It was a decent game. Now that I know that there's some replay value to it, it definitely does strengthen my recommendation of it. I'm not going to linger or anything on this, but, just wanted to show you guys. I thought you would appreciate to see the absolute ending since I cut it at that weird point, and to know a little bit of an update on the stuff that I found since then. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a great night. Later.